Друзья, всем доброе утро.
Good morning, everybody.
Владимир,
The name is Vladimir.
центра
I
компании
work
Positive Technologies.
for Positive Technologies.
В ПТС мы занимаемся расследованием инцидентов,
What we do at PTS is
экспертизу,
incident investigation, and we develop product expertise.
создаем экспертизу для продуктов, занимаемся защитой самой компании Positive Technologies.
And naturally, we also defend Positive Technologies as such, but we also support our clients and partners when it comes to developing their own security operations centers. A pleasure to welcome you to this section, or this stream called the SOC of the Future. I'm so glad you chose to be with us today. I mean, we've got so many other great streams, but you're here. It's a pleasure. Moreover, I believe that the subject of security operations centers is of great interest to you. And for all I know, you may have lots of questions. Now, why are we here discussing the SOC of the future? According to the analysis we have performed, the number of computer attacks keeps rising with every passing year. Now, this is due to, the overall development of the markets, the rise of cybercrime, lots of things happening out there politically, and also a huge number of data leaks that have happened lately. I think we can assume safely that this trend will persist. At the same time, technologies keep developing. They're already changing the world around us. Take, for example, generative AI. Cybercriminals are already employing it, so naturally, we, the blue teamers, or the defenders, certainly need to consider the best way to develop our IR, that is incident response, and other defensive technologies. When I think personally about the SOC of the future, I naturally ask myself, what are we going to do about our first-line teams? What kind of technologies are going to be used in the future? Will CM stay relevant? How monitoring and incident response are going to change? And whether EDR agents will be able to replace network sensors. And another big question is whether humans will be replaced by robots completely in the security operations center of the future. All this we are going to discuss in this particular stream. And we're going to be talking about it all with the great experts we have lined up for you. They're going to share their own findings.
Для того, чтобы зарядиться энергией,
and whatnot. And in order for you to feel refreshed and rejuvenated, and in order to wake your power up, so to speak, we decided to start with a quiz, which hopefully is going to entertain you or maybe even enlighten you. I'm inviting my colleague, Yelena Ponomareva, onto the stage so that she can lead the quiz.
Коллеги, всем добрый день.
Hello, everybody. Such a pleasure to welcome you all to our quiz. And I hope you will feel energized and will have a great time. And who knows, you might even learn something new about SOCs and what have you. Now, I want more people to join us on the stage. And by the way, we will have both the online broadcast and the teams. So, dear friends, please join me on the stage.
А можно клик? Нет, на следующий слайд. Пока команды рассаживаются, немного расскажу вам про наши правила игры. Ну, естественно,
While the teams are taking their seats, I should probably tell you about the rules of the
Потом мы
upcoming
расскажем вам
engagement.
немного о наших правилах квиза.
After
У
that,
нас будет
we'll
5
tell you about the
раундов, ну
quiz
и, конечно
rules.
же,
We'll have
награждение
5 rounds,
победителей, куда же без
and
этого.
naturally, there will
Соответственно,
be
сейчас мы
winners,
посчитаем
and
все
they will be
команды на
rewarded.
месте, потому что у нас жесткий тайминг.
First thing we gotta do is check if everybody is here, because we should start at 10:05, and if somebody is stuck in a traffic jam or it's registration, too bad for them. Oh, I see that some teams are incomplete. We have 2 extra or 2 empty seats in this team and 1 here.
Отлично. Пока я набираю, соответственно.
So apparently it's like musical chairs, right?
Но успели.
Okay, some people apparently were somewhat late, but nothing criminal, right?
Я вижу, что вам, конечно, с рюкзаком отлично работать, но мы хотели бы, чтобы это был все-таки человек.
I understand you are enjoying the company of your backpack, but we prefer living, breathing human beings. Anybody in the audience who would like to participate in the quiz? Going one? Thank you.
Аплодисменты за смелость, буквально секунды.
How about we give a round of applause?
Итак, пока сейчас команды все смотрят
this very courageous person. So while people are looking at each other,
расскажу про наши
trying
правила.
to
У нас 4 команды, а значит каждая
trying
команда
to see what it's all about. So we have 4 teams,
капитана.
and actually each team needs to select a captain.
Должность, да, и занятие.
It
Именно
is such a
он
responsible
вносит все
position
правильные
being a
ответы в
captain,
бланки.
because as a
Если
captain you
какие-то
will need
возникают споры в
to write
командах, он
the answers
решает
down,
всё-таки,
and
кто
you
же
will also be there to adjudicate
готов принять на себя
any
решение, да, какой
disagreements
же
or
ответ
disputes
правильный.
you might have.
Соответственно, сейчас командам нужно будет собраться на минуточку, поговорить и выбрать же себе название. Обращаю внимание, что у
Guys,
нас на
Please
каждом
select a name for
столе
your team, okay?
есть
And also,
подставочка,
please
да.
note
Соответственно, каждой команде нужно будет написать название, как для себя
that
со своей стороны,
we have
так и
name
для
tags
зрителей.
here, so
для нас,
please make
конечно
sure
же,
you
чтобы
write the
мы
names of your teams
ваши
on both
названия
sides, so that
правильно
both you and the
произносили,
audience
да, не
could see
путались
it.
в названиях. Поэтому сейчас всем покажу, где нужно будет написать. Здесь, здесь, здесь. Конечно же, маркером. Маркеры у всех есть на
Actually,
столах.
it's a good
Пока
idea to
команды
use filthy
думают
pens
о
to
том, как же
write
они
your
будут
names
называться и
down.
кто же будет их капитаном.
And while the teams
Сейчас
are
этой
considering
команде
what to
скажу
name
здесь,
themselves
здесь и
and
на
who the
этом
captain
бланке.
will be,
И вам точно так же. Здесь нужно название, здесь и на этом
so
бланке.
this is where you put the
Конечно
names.
же, маркером. Чтобы всем было видно, как же вы называетесь. Итак, у нас будет 5 раундов, у нас будут
The
38.
quiz will consist of 5 rounds. We'll have 38 questions.
Вопросы будут связаны с тематикой кибербезопасности.
Now, these questions
но
will
мы не
naturally
могли
be
опустить такую
related
тему, как космос,
to
да, все мы видели,
cybersecurity, but
что у нас,
also we'll be
космическая
talking about outer
энергетика на
space,
PhD,
because you
поэтому
must have noticed
вопросы
that
про
this
космос
year Positive Hack
Вопросы
Dice
могут быть
is
абсолютно
outer
в
space
разных
themed.
форматах. Соответственно,
Note
могут быть
that the
вопросы
format
как
of questions
открытого типа,
will
так и
differ.
нужно
Some questions will be
происходить
open-ended ones,
ответов.
and some will
За
be
верные
multiple
ответы
choice
начисляются баллы.
kind of
И
tests.
есть определенный
Naturally, you
нюанс.
will score points
Если
for
командам
every
нужна
right
будет
answer
помощь,
you
они
provide.
не могут никак договориться
And
с
if you
собой. Они не могут выбрать правильный ответ, они
not
могут
agree,
взять помощь зала. Соответственно,
the audience for
к вам
help.
подойдет модератор.
Easy peasy, you raise your hand, a moderator
который
turns to you, and then we'll select one person in the room who should be able to provide some guidance to your team. Please note that you can use this superpower only once during the quiz.
Если
What else do we have in the rules?
все окажутся на одном месте, да, у нас будет дополнительный блиц-раунд.
Now, we are going to have an additional blitz round
Победителя.
if there is a
Ну, теперь
tie.
стандартная история. Команды
As
попрошу
usual.
на секундочку отвлечься. Все мы,
If I can have your attention.
но тем не менее отдельно подсветим.
Although you're all adults and you're expected to know that, I still need to talk through this point. No gadgets are allowed. Your phones, your tablets other gadgets, please put them away. It will be considered cheating, it will make the game uninteresting for you, and you will be penalized if you use them. Naturally, it doesn't apply to the audience. So you get 5 points detracted for the first violation, 10 points for the second violation, and you're disqualified for the third violation. I don't think it's going to happen, but I just want you to know that ahead of time so that you don't feel hurt later.
Прошу всех зрителей достать мобильные телефоны. Мы сейчас будем
Now,
сканировать
dear
QR-коды для того, чтобы
attendees,
подсоединиться.
please scan the QR code if you want to join the online broadcast of this quiz. So, if you have any trouble scanning it, you can also use the hashtag on Telegram to connect to the quiz there.
Пока наши зрители сканируют QR-коды, я попрошу...
While the audience is scanning QR codes, I'm going to ask Nikolai, the moderator,
чтобы мы внесли
to collect names of the teams so that we can properly keep track of all the points you're making.
Все-таки у нас будет один, я надеюсь, да?
Naturally, we should have only one winner.
Проводить блицы и все подобное. Если какая-то команда еще думает над названием, Николай, может...
If any of the teams is considering a name,
Итак,
you should have some
надеюсь, все
seconds left for that.
QR-коды также
I
лежат.
hope everybody has been able to join it. We've got QR codes somewhere around the room as well, so you can scan them there.
Познакомиться, пока мы
And I hope the teams have been able to sort of get introduced to each other at
У
least.
нас демократия. И с какой команды мы начнем представление?
So, who should we start with?
Поднимаем руку.
Like, shall we make it a democratic process? Who would like to start? Great. So you've got mics on the tables.
Представить своих коллег.
Now, the first thing you gotta do is
знать, как зовут
tell
своих,
us
да?
all
И,
who
соответственно,
makes your team
представить
up,
вашу команду,
particularly
кто
if
у
you
вас
know the names of people in your team already and who the captain will be in the name of the team.
Доброе утро всем
Good morning.
присутствующим. Доброе утро, уважаемые соперники,
Good
участники.
morning, dear
Мы назвали
members of the audience and
по известному мультику
respected rivals. We decided to call our team
«Победы с отвалившимся».
Cyber Beta, which is
Тема очень актуальная. И
okay. It's a funny name, dating back to a Soviet cartoon where there was a yacht which was named Victory, but two of the first letters got lost along the way, so it rather led to its being read as
настроен на победу.
Отлично.
disaster.
Спасибо большое.
So we are
Микрофон
Cyber Disaster
остается у
team.
вас, чтобы,
And
если
it's just
хотите
introduce
задать
the
вопрос,
team.
что-то прокомментировать, да, всегда.
Okay, please
Это
keep the
относится
mic.
к каждой команде. Микрофон на столах, это именно для вас. Итак, следующая команда, кто желает представиться? Прошу.
And the next team,
Микрофон работает, это здорово. Всем привет. Меня зовут
Good morning.
Иван Дьячков, у нас команда
I'm
Susuriki.
Ivan Dyachkov. The name of the team is Susuriki.
Английский язык, любим английские
Now, we
названия.
all love English names.
Мы назовемся на русском, мы назовемся как по-русски. Вот, у меня в команде 4 человека.
There are 4 people in my team. I have German Suhik, and you can also call him, the fat client, TI Master, VT and K2 Cyber Security represent. Actually, I'm a SOC lead at Wildberries. So apparently, the name of the team is again a pun on SOC.
Всем доброе утро. Наша команда называется
Good morning, everybody.
«Несокрушимые». Нас
The name of the team is Invincible, or Indestructible, rather, the Indestructibles.
4 человек. Меня зовут Котович
4
Андрей.
people on the team. I'm Andrei Kudovich.
Это Никита, Сергей
This is
и Роман.
Nikita, Sergey, and Roman.
Всё.
That's it.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Дима. Наша
Good morning.
команда
I'm Dima,
Бездна.
and the name of the team is Void.
Вот,
I
мои
think it
коллеги
sounds fun,
Денис,
doesn't
Никита
it?
и Руслан. Ну,
And I have Dennis, Nikita, and Ruslan on my team.
А где же настрой на победу, что мы обязательно...
And what about your desire to win? You sound very humble.
Мы вам всем желаем удачи.
Guys,
Мы надеемся, что
we
вы
wish you so much
сокрушите
luck.
всех, кто
we
из вас
hope you
всех
will be
победителей,
able
и
to
вы будете
conquer
делать
If the name of the team is Inconquerable, well, somebody should be the conqueror, right? And we are expecting a very tough fight here, so let's get going.
Первый раунд.
Round one.
Прогрев. Ну, то есть
The
нам
warm-up
нужно
round.
настроиться на нужный лад, да.
Because,
понять,
we
как мы коммуницируем в команде.
gotta get used to the team, learn how to communicate on the team,
Кибербезопасности в целом.
and also think about, some fundamentals and basics of SOC operations and cybersecurity in general.
20 секунд.
Note that you only have 20 seconds to answer
Правильный
each
ответ у
question.
нас 1 балл.
And
Соответственно,
the right
у
answer
каждого
gets you 1 point.
На столах лежат бланки. Я
For
вас
your
попрошу
tables,
достать бланк, на котором
you
написано
see
раунд 1.
the answer cards. So please take the cards
Соответственно,
with one on it.
правильные ответы у нас вносит капитан, ну, либо...
Your
поскольку он
captains
капитан, он может
should
назначить
write the
кого
answers
угодно.
down, but as captains, they can certainly delegate it to somebody if their handwriting is totally horrible.
Обсудить, у вас лежат бланки для
If you need
заметок
to
также.
discuss anything,
Поэтому
you will also
пользуйтесь, не
find
стесняйтесь.
spare sheets of paper to, jot some notes down for yourselves if needed.
Эта
I hope you
организация
are ready.
также
So this
представлена
organization
определенным брендом
Also
спортивного
has a
снаряжения.
related
именно?
sports gear brand. Is it NIST, ISO, Mitcher, or ISACA?
Наверное, да.
Итак, следующий вопрос. Какая хакерская группировка
This hacker
известна
group
не только своей
is known
и
not only
провокационной
for its provocative
реакцией к маске Гая Фокса.
protests, but also the sympathies they have for the Guy Fawkes mask.
Правильные ответы мы вписываем в бланки. Для тех, кто
So please write your right answers down. If you just joined us here,
находится
don't forget to scan the QR codes.
8 секунд на стульчиках. Вы можете сосканить и подключиться.
You can see the QR codes somewhere in the chairs.
Итак, время вышло. Перейдем к
Time's up.
следующему вопросу.
Next question.
В мире компьютерный
The
вирус,
only
который
computer
был внесен
virus
в книгу
that
рекордов,
made an entry in the Guinness World Book of Records as the most dangerous computer virus in the world is I Wanna Cry, Petya, My Doom, or I Love You.
Время вышло. Следующий вопрос.
Time's up.
Делегирование домена в зоне .ru
Domain delegation in the .ru area can be done
как минимум
only if you have at least X servers that will support the domain to be delegated. And X is
3, 2, 4. Я не обращу. Идем дальше. На каких стандартных портах, согласно...
what are the standard ports, according to INA, to run DNS and LDAP services?
909
And these are the options.
80 и 40, 11 и 45. Идем дальше. Этот известный инструмент для
This
анализа
well-known tool for traffic analysis
года носил
had a
другое
different name until
название. Как же раньше назывался этот
2006.
инструмент,
What
представленный на
was
экране?
the old name of the tool you see in the screen?
20 секунд, самый первый раунд, самые простые
This
вопросы.
is round one. These are the easiest questions of them all. A good opportunity for you to meet the members of your team, and warm up and possibly even wake up.
Седьмой вопрос. Мы попросили
Question 7.
нарисовать нейросеть.
We've
как
asked
она видит
a neural
разные
network
типы вирусов.
to portray different
Отгадайте,
types of
какой
viruses.
тип вируса
Can you
доказала
guess which
нейросеть?
is shown here? Is it a botnet, a Trojan,
И червь.
an encryption virus, or a worm? Apparently, the second team has chosen to call themselves Society.
И последний вопрос нашего
And the last question of this round, round 1,
Программно-аппаратная платформа
is like this.
ХакРФ
Hardware and software platform HackRF1 is designed for managing remote access, hacking Wi-Fi networks, analyzing network traffic, or finally D, receiving and transmitting radio signals.
Итак, первый раунд у нас окончен.
Now round 1 is over, and I think it's only natural that we go through the list of questions so that, if a team got something wrong but they're still in doubt, they could potentially correct it before it's too late. So let's quickly go through these questions. This organization is also known for a related sports gear brand. Is it named ISO Mitra or Isaka? Which hack group is known not just for their provocative protests, but also for the sympathies they have for Guy Fawkes mask?
Единственный в мире,
The only computer virus in the world to earn an entry in the Guinness World Book of Records as the most dangerous computer virus in the world. These are the options.
делегирование доменов в
Delegating a domain in the .ru area or
наличии этого количества
zone, in fact, requires at least as many servers as, servers obviously supporting the domain to be delegated. Number 5, what are the standard ports according to INA to run DNS and LDAP services?
940, 8040, 1145. Этот известный инструмент для
This well-known tool for traffic analysis had a different name until 2006.
Как раньше назывался инструмент?
What was that name?
Мы попросили нейросеть нарисовать
We have asked
нам, как она видит
ML
различные типы вирусов.
to portray different types of viruses. Can you guess which one it is? A botnet, B Trojan, C encryption service, and finally
Программно-аппаратная
a
платформа
worm.
HackRF1 предназначена
So
для
HackRF1 software and hardware platform is designed for managing remote access. A, B, hacking Wi-Fi network. C, analyzing network traffic, receiving and transmitting radio signal. Now we will collect your report cards and start counting the answers and the points you get.
Напоминаю, что ссылка на наш квиз телеграм-канал
Let me remind you
сейчас на экранах.
that there is a QR code leading to the same quiz here.
Также есть распечатки, если далеко сидите и тяжело не сканится, да, можно
Now, if it's difficult for you
сканировать с листочков на
to
стульчик.
scan it off the screen, you can use
Трансляция вы можете точно так же, как и наши
the handouts on the chairs or just find the bot on Telegram.
выбраны.
So, we are not limited to the teams you see on the stage. As members of the audience,
Получат призы.
you certainly stand a chance to win a prize. Or being active at least.
Посмотрим же на правильные ответы.
Okay, so let's see what the right answers are.
Трансляция также
So,
представлена
number 1.
определенным брендом спортивных.
Also associated with a somewhat related sports brand is Mitra.
Хакерская группировка
That's obviously anonymous. Guy Fawkes masks.
маски Гая Фокса Anonymous. Единственный в мире вирус, попавший в книгу рекордов Гиннесса.
The only virus is I love you.
Здесь интересный факт состоит в том, что 2000 год
The
Гонконг.
interesting fact is that, it was year 2000 in Hong Kong, so you might remember May 1, May 5, and the total impact of that virus was $1.5 billion
$15
over those 5 days, but the impact on the global economy was more like $15 billion.
Минимум 2 сервера
At least 2
для того,
servers
чтобы поддерживать делегируемый.
required for domain delegation.
Итак, 53 и 380.
Ports 53 and 389 were the right answer.
Wireshark раньше назывался
Wireshark was previously called Ethereal,
логотип Wireshark на экране. Здесь
That was logo.
нейросеть
and that
нам
obviously is a botnet.
сделала ботнет. И последний вопрос.
And finally, Hakarov 1 is designed
Сигнала.
to manage radio signals, receiving and
Посмотрим же
transmitting.
на результаты раунда.
Let's check out the results of round 1.
Но перед этим мы попробуем
However, before we do that,
канал. Пока не попросим, тоже вывести.
I was about to say something different,
Спросим
but I stand
участников,
corrected.
как они сами
Right.
ответили на вопрос.
We should ask the participants what they think about round
Не
1.
нужны цифры.
Do you think
Тут именно
do you think
ваше
you got it
общее
right?
впечатление.
It's not really about the points, right?
Как минимум.
I think that we provided quite decent
Победа за
answers.
вами.
Да, 100%.
Отлично.
Well, we certainly stand to win in round 1.
Все, вы готовы к победе.
Maybe the whole
Вы что
quiz.
скажете?
I love your attitude. What about you guys?
Ну, результат может.
Well, we would love to hear the results. Anybody can
Ну,
do
раз
that, I'm
хотите,
sorry.
получите.
Okay, if this is what you want, here you go.
Команда Void. 5
Now,
баллов.
Void has scored 5 points.
4 балла.
Unconquerable, 4
Победа.
points.
6 баллов.
Cyber Disaster, 6 points.
И Сусурити
And
4
Society,
балла.
4 points.
Аплодисменты нашим командам.
Let's give a hand to all the 4
Идем
teams.
же дальше. Все настроились на победу. Напоминаю,
I
что
hope
вопросы
you're all
у нас
geared up to
сначала
win.
были простые, да, достаточно.
We started out with very simple questions,
Ставим
didn't we?
градус. 10 вопросов.
They will
Время
get
для ответа теперь
tougher
не 20,
over time.
а 30 секунд.
10 questions. However, you get 30 seconds to discuss each of them,
Поскольку
and
решаем
for every
вопросы,
right
да,
answer,
их
you get
сложность,
2
так
points,
решаем их.
which is only natural, given that they are
Этот
tougher.
термин использовался для
Now, this
обозначения
term
команд
has been used
специалистов,
to
собранных для
refer
работы
to
над
a team
определенной
of
целью
experts
или для решения конкретной задачи.
brought together to address a particular problem, such as, for example, penetration testing. Now, it is the progenitor, so to speak, of the red team term. Tiger, Leon, Black, or Breach.
Время пошло.
Давай, таймер. Я что-то тоже слышал. Давай, да. Я вот как будто тоже что-то я такое слышал. Блин, я опять подсказываю. Просто
Идем дальше. Какую проблему
Next one.
при построении SOC
What
выделяют
is the key
чаще
issue
всего?
SOC operators
Проблемы с финансированием.
tend to complain about? Is it sanctions, lack of staff, lack of funding, or a lack of or insufficient hardware? Listed A, B, C, D.
первое правильно.
Как же без планка любимого, да?
Идем дальше. Перечислите, какие из инструментов не
Which of the tools are not used to hack web, wild web privacy, air crack, film crack, web crack, or web decrypt.
Ну, типа, в самых звук, там где написано.
Какое из следующих определений
Which
является
of the following
для
definitions
описания атаки
is the right one for a spoofing type attack? In a spoofing attack, a perpetrator A uses a vulnerability of web application, B encrypts all data in a computer, C generates lots of requests to disrupt the service, and D represents himself as a different device or user.
Идем дальше. Какие из перечисленных факторов могли
Which of the factors listed here could have resulted in a SOC analyst burnout? Several options can be, a possible answer. A, increased workload because of complex data flows. B, additional information protection tools or systems that result in extra false positives. C, regular optimization of communications between SOC team members. And D, lack of automation. I'm sorry, there is also an E, improved in product integration. Note, there are several right answers here, or at least there is a possibility for that.
Идем дальше. Продолжите фразу. SOC пока
Please complete the phrase. SOC currently cannot work without CM, B, people, C, IRB, D, NTA.
Если бы она могла быть без людей, мы бы не работали.
Седьмой вопрос. Какой
Question
из
7.
следующих методов
Which of the following
более
methods
эффективно использует
is
машинное
the best application of ML for discovering anomalous network behavior?
опорных векторов, метод
A,
кастрирования,
support vector methods,
или случайный
average K method B, C, genetic algorithms, and finally random forest.
Да. Вообще просто вот совсем. Я бы пытался у зала спросить.
Расшифруйте термин WEF в рамках терминологии
Okay,
SOC.
means so
Расшифрование информации.
deabbreviate WEF.
Наименование класса решения.
A is information encryption method. B,
Централизованного сбора.
a solution class name. C, a function of event upload, and D, a tool for centralized event collection.
Хорошо, я додумался.
Да, только повторять.
9-й вопрос. Какое из следующих расширений файлов
Which of the
не
following
указывает
file
на
extensions
исполняемый файл?
has no pointer to an executable file?
.bb,
These are the options. With F, many, none of the above.
30 секунд.
Я просто я же не
Слушай, а если мы базу
там же
хороший.
даже этот самый в начале сигнатура должна быть исполняема файл.
Ладно, окей, я написал, я тебе доверю.
И последний вопрос 10-го раунда. Что из перечисленного
Final question in this round. Which of the listed items are considered a tool for remote administration used by perps to gain control over a Windows-based operating system when they are using a backdoor? These are the options.
30 секунд. Время пошло.
Это точно как-то странно. Да, не но это же надо. Словарь.
Для брута.
Ну да, это инструмент.
Итак, поскольку все команды привыкли уже друг к другу,
Since all the teams have gotten
нам
used to
будем
each other,
вспоминать вопросы раунда. Сложные же, помните, у нас
and you do remember that we've raised the bar slightly.
без ответов, соответственно.
Now, I'm not going to read out the answers, just the questions. So this term was used to refer to a team of experts built to address a particular task, such as running a pen test, considered a progenitor of the red team term. Which problem is the most common one when building a security operations center? Which of the tools are not used to hack wired enhanced privacy? Which of the following definitions is the right one for a spoofing type attack?
Это атака, при которой злоумышленник. Какие из перечисленных факторов
Which of the factors listed below can lead to an SOC analyst burnout? Several options are an option.
СОК пока не
Please continue the phrase, currently SOC cannot work without.
Какой из следующих методов наиболее
Which of the following methods is the most efficient one when it comes to using ML to discover anomalous network behavior?
Расшифруйте термин WEF.
Debbreviate WEF as, an SOC phenomenon. Which of the following file extensions has no pointer to an executable? And finally, which of the listed below is a tool for remote administration often employed by perpetrators to gain control over a Windows-based operating system when they're attacking through a backdoor?
Сейчас мы попросим команды сдать нам бланки.
We are collecting
Мы
your
почитаем
answer cards.
результаты второго раунда. Для тех, кто к нам сейчас
If you've
присоединился,
just joined us and are wondering what the hell is happening here, this is the link. And we're running it all on our Telegram channel as well. So you can either use the QR code or just find our bot in Telegram. Or is it the name of the Telegram channel? But in any case, you can use it as well.
стульях есть QR-коды, можете тут
In the chairs, you should also be able to see the QR codes. So
уже понять,
you can scan the QR code there if you want to.
точно так же, как и наши команды.
So you can provide your answers to the same questions and now sort of compete with the teams. Now let's look at the answers. Tiger team, the progenitor of the red team term.
По-прежнему дефицит
Lack of personnel is the biggest constraint for companies establishing their own SOCs.
не
Villain crack
используется для взломов.
is the one not used for web
Охрана, при
cracking.
которой злоумышленник
So
представляет
they,
себя за другой
representing yourself, misrepresentation effectively is a spoofing type attack.
увеличение рабочей нагрузки,
So
из-за
increased
сложных
workload due to
потоков
complex data flows,
дополнительные средства, повышается
additional,
количество ложных срабатываний,
addition of new tools leading to extra false positives and lack of automation are the three correct answers. Things that can lead to a SOC analyst burnout.
К сожалению, пока СОК не может работать.
SOC currently cannot operate without humans.
Почему, к сожалению?
Why, unfortunately? We can discuss it later. Apparently, some people here on the stage are, human SOC operators. Well, we are talking here on this stage about the SOC of the future. So the whole day we are going to spend talking about the future, and we'll be talking about human-less, so to speak, SOCs. So please stay tuned.
Следующий вопрос. Здесь случайный лес.
So it's the random forest, obviously.
ВЭФ в рамках терминологии
So
СОК
WEF is effectively a mechanism for centralized event collection. None of the above.
Ни один не указывает на исполняемый файл.
Я сказал, что некоторым утилитам они не смотрят на файл менеджер.
Я думаю, все догадались, что это NetBus, да?
So obviously NetBus here is the right answer.
Я потом прочитаю.
Итак, пока наши модераторы считают
While our moderators are counting your points,
каждого раунда, да, показывать, кто же на какой табличке.
I actually think it's a bad idea
Нужно
to
срочно переключиться на какие-то другие задачи.
show
Для того,
interim
чтобы у нас
results.
не
If
было
work for SOC, we are great at switching roles and turning from one task to another.
не соку, а
So
звездной теме.
let's turn now to totally different rounds, where we focus not on SOC questions, but rather
Правильный ответ
space
по-прежнему
ones.
2 балла.
6 questions,
Для того,
30
чтобы
seconds,
мы
2 points,
переключились,
the right answer.
набрались сил.
This way, you should be able to feel re-energized before rounds 4 and 5.
Первый вопрос. Во вселенной Дюны.
So, in the Dune universe,
Уважение среди
a sign of deep respect among freemen in Arrakis is considered A, a spit, B, a tear, C, a handshake, and D, a bow.
Во вселенной Дюны. Нужно быть большого подуна.
Не знали, это не помню.
Следующий вопрос. В фильме «Кинзадза» на планете Плюк
In the Kinzaza movie,
крайне прогрессивно
there is a highly progressive hierarchical system based on color differentiation.
при встрече
of
с
pants.
обладателем статусных штанов
When you meet an owner of high status pants, you're expected to, sit and make cool. So how many times should you make cool when you see
Время пошло.
somebody wearing purple pants? So it's 1, 2, 3, or finally pluck is a Chatlan planet, meaning that as a resident of this planet, you don't need to do it. Like you're not expected and you should not be ordered to do anything like this.
На секунду.
And while you're still thinking about it, I should remind you that it's all about sort of re-energizing. It's like a legendary Soviet movie which gets mentioned here. I will be surprised if anybody gets it wrong because
В мультфильме
it's a very, very prevalent meme. And that's the subject of the question. Now, question 3. In the third planet mystery, the protagonists were looking for some rare extraterrestrial animals, and the owner of one of such animals suggested that they do something to one of such animals to see how it can change colors. So the options are A, pet it, that is stroke it, B, frighten it, C, kick it, and D, feed it. Now, this is a great opportunity for us to see if members of the teams know something outside their industry, or like if they have T-shaped competencies or not really.
Четвертый вопрос.
Question
Во
4.
вселенной Дюны после
In
восстания
the Dune universe,
были запрещены
after the
думающие
revolt,
машины.
thinking
Японцы
machines
взяли на себя
were
специально
prohibited, were banned, and specially trained people were tasked with their functions, and they're called A. Bene Gesserit, B. Mentates, C. Guild Navigators, and D. Mnemonics.
2 балла за правильный ответ.
And you know the rules.
И на Гессере это ведьмы были, а это я не знаю. Короче.
Я не знаю. Тут уже на чтение.
Итак, пятый вопрос. Когда отмечают День
Question
Звездных
5.
войн?
The day of Star Wars is May 4, B. May 1st, C. May 14th, and D. May 25th.
Все прозвучало. Делать, сколько раз присесть, когда ты делаешь?
Именно присесть.
Да. Либо 0, либо
И последний вопрос.
And the final question of this round.
В киновселенной Марвел
In the Thanos universe of in the Marvel universe, Thanos would collect the Eternity stones and would put them in a special glove. How many fingers were in Thanos's glove?
И не камней.
Вспомним же вопросы нашего третьего раунда.
Let's quickly review the questions of round 3.
Во вселенной Дюны знак
Number 1. In
глубокого
the Dune
почтения
universe, particularly in the planet of Arrakis,
считается.
A spit.
Следующий вопрос.
I'm sorry, so what was considered the sign of great respect there? Question 2 about Kinta movie. There, in the Pluck planet, they have a hugely progressive hierarchical system based on the color differentiation of the pants they wear. Now, when you meet a wearer of high status pants, you are expected to,
Сколько раз должен Четланин делать
to kind of sit down and say cool. So how many times are you expected to utter that? Question 3. In the Soviet cartoon, The Third Planet Mystery, the owner of a rare extraterrestrial animal suggested that in order to see how this animal can change color, suggested that they do one of the four to it. And the Dune universe, after the revolt of the servants, they prohibited thinking machines, and therefore their functions were taken over by specially trained humans. What were they called? Which day is considered the day of the Star Wars? And finally, how many fingers are there in Thanos' glove?
Специальную перчатку. Сколько же было пальцев у перчатки Таноса? Итак, собираем бланки, просим все команды сдать бланки
Please submit your response cards.
Николаю.
Nikolai will collect them.
Николаю еще и воду кто-то дал. Да.
Oh, see, people are giving Nikolai water. I think that's for you.
Это не поможет. У нас абсолютно
This
честно.
won't really help you, you know? We have a fair process here.
Только сейчас
You cannot
к нам
really bribe
зашел
me.
в зал. У нас на экране
So, if you've just joined us in this room,
ссылка на
we
наш
have
телеграм-канал.
a link here to our Telegram channel
Обратите внимание, что у
where
нас
we're running this quiz right now.
точно так же лежат распечатки,
Also,
на
please
которых
note
можно сосканировать QR-код.
That we've got the same QR codes printed out and strategically arranged on chairs in the room. or you can simply find our Telegram channel like this.
Получилось, все уже там, все зарабатывают себе баллы и становятся...
I hope you're already there, you're making points, you are competing to be the most active member of the audience. Now, let's look at the right answers. Indeed, among the freemen of Arrakis, spitting is considered a sign of great respect.
Нужно было
Yes, you should make this coup once,
сказать «ку», да, для того, чтобы
which sounds very,
перед
very
обладателем
weird.
малиновых штанов сделать уважение. Соответственно, хозяйка...
Okay, you gotta
одного из
hit
инопланетных
this rare extraterrestrial animal to, or at least that's what the owner suggested.
краску, да.
She said you can hit it to see that it has this magical ability of changing color.
После
So Mentates
восстания
was the name of the humans who took over some of the functions of these thinking machines after the revolt.
их заменили. 4 мая
It's the 4th of May
Международный
that
день
the day of Star Wars is celebrated internationally.
пальцев
5
было у перчатки.
is the number of fingers in the glove of
Было другое
Thanos.
количество, но именно пальцев было.
The number of stones was different, but the number of fingers was 5.
Немного расслабились.
I hope, guys, you've been able to sort of relax and get re-energized, and you are dying to see the interim results of this quiz, and here they come. Society 26, Cyber Disaster 28, Inconquerable 22, 29 points got obtained by Void.
28 баллов и Сусурити 26 баллов. Аплодисменты нашим командам.
So, your round of applause. Please give a hand
Мы
to
же
all the team
переходим
members.
к раунду 4. Надеюсь, перезарядочка вам всем помогла, и вы
I hope you
готовы
feel
будете
refreshed
включаться дальше.
and you're willing to continue.
В этот
Round
раз
4 consists of 7 questions. You got a whopping 45 seconds
3 балла.
and also a whopping 3 points, but then questions are naturally tougher. The name of the round is Stop This Freaking Planet from Spinning, I Disembark Here. Which term in cybersecurity is used to describe the process for systematic collection of data on systems, network infrastructure, and their configurations?
У нас на
You have
это есть.
45
Это
seconds.
открытый вопрос. Поэтому
Actually, it's an open-ended question.
самим написать название. Выбирать здесь не из чего, поэтому думаем, обсуждаем.
It's not a multiple choice question, so it's only natural that you should get more points.
Если мы говорим про телеграм-канал, то аналогичным образом нужно будет вписать
Right, if you're using the Telegram channel, again, and like if you want to submit your answer,
подумать,
again,
вспомнить,
nothing to choose from,
глубину своей памяти.
but you obviously can go to the palace of your memory in search of the right answer.
Идем дальше. Согласно публикации Митре, от
According to minor publication dated 2022,
именно такое
that
количество
was the
было
number
выбрано
of
для
strategists selected for building a world-class security operations center. So, what's the number of strategists?
Просто вот как они
45 секунд вспоминаем, думаем о том, что сколько
45 seconds.
предложено Митре в 2022 году.
Back in 2022.
СОК мирового уровня предлагалось построить.
World-class SOC.
Айси напиши.
Третий вопрос. 1 апреля 1998 года
April the 1st, 1998, IETF
по инженерному обеспечению интернета Представила протокол для
presented a
контроля
protocol
мониторинга и
for
диагностики
controlling, monitoring, and
Среди
diagnosing
прочего,
coffee
описывались
makers.
и ошибки.
Among others, the document listed a number of mistakes. For example, HTTP response 418 had this description. So if you try brewing your coffee in a
Какой
teapot,
ответ выдает данный код
the
ошибки?
teapot should politely but
45
sternly
секунд, открытые вопросы.
return which
Нужно
error
написать
code?
либо в телеграм-чат, либо на бланках, которые лежат у нас на столах наших команд.
Please use your report card or your answer cards.
Да, оставь так, оставь. Да. Да ладно, пацаны, расслабьтесь, это рафля. Да, я говорю, поэтому они... Нормально, да? Все нормально.
Давай сюда смотришь, поставим.
Ну ладно.
Четвертый вопрос. Эта концепция,
Question 4.
предложенная
This concept,
Бьянко в 2013
proffered by David
году,
Bianco in
также
2013,
известная как пирамида боли,
also known as the Pyramid of Pain,
компрометации,
describes the levels of complexity of IOCs used by perps in their attacks.
ее вершиной.
So, what is
45
at the very top of the pain pyramid?
Где болит, насколько болит пирамида же.
So, in these 45 seconds, you need to remember what, the biggest disruptor or the biggest challenges according to the pain pyramid.
Его троллинг? Сколько у вас там телевизоров и дэшборд в вашем новом своих там?
Пятый вопрос.
Question 5.
Знание какого сетевого
Knowledge
протокола
of which network protocol
помогло бы героям известного
should have really helped the protagonist of a well-known movie had everything been happening at a cybersecurity school rather than the School of Magic.
5 секунд.
45 seconds as usual.
Ты согласен?
Школа волшебства, школа кибербезопасности. Какой бы нам сетевой протокол помог, чтобы там учиться, пятерки, баллы зарабатывать.
Which network protocol could have helped you earn more points at a School of Magic, I wonder?
Да. Не, ну они там это...
Итак, шестой вопрос. Используя представленные подсказки,
Question 6.
определите, что
Using the
делает
hints provided here,
SOC.
please determine what the SOC people are doing.
Специалист
So you have
SOC, что
4 visual hints.
А это типа этапы или... А, это же цикл этот. Да. Респонсор. Последний ремедиейшн, типа. Ну, типа инцидент.
Первый.
И последний, седьмой вопрос
And the final question of this round.
раунда. Какой тип программного
What
обеспечения
type
скрывает
of software is used by a perpetrator to
что по 45
camouflage his activities from the operating system?
ответ на
45 seconds.
вопрос этого раунда. Все вопросы у нас открыты, поэтому вспоминаем. Вносим
These are all open-ended questions. Don't forget to provide your answers in the Telegram channel or in the answer card if you're on the stage.
Да, ну не, это да, это я...
Итак, время вышло. Вспомним же вопросы раунда.
Time's up. Let's review questions of this round. Which term in cybersecurity is used to describe the process of systematic data collection on systems, network infrastructure, and their configurations? Question 2. According to 2022 MITRE publication, that was the exact number of strategies recommended to build a world-class SOC.
1 апреля 1998 года
On the 1st of April 1998, Internet Engineering Task Force presented a protocol for monitoring, diagnosing, and managing your coffee-making machine. And this document actually listed the errors with the codes. So HTTP error coded 49418 had the following description. If somebody tries brewing coffee in a teapot, the teapot should gently, politely but sternly tell you such and such. Question 4. The concept proposed by David Bianco in 2013, also known as the pain pyramid, describes levels of complexity of the indicators of compromise used by the perpetrators in their attacks. So what can we find at the very top of the pyramid? Question 5. What knowledge of which network protocol must have helped the protagonists had it all been happening not at Hogwarts, but rather at a, information security school? Using all the 4 visual hints provided, determine what is being done by the SOC team. Finally, which type of software is used by the perps to camouflage what they are doing from the operating system?
Просим команды сдать бланки. Время истекло, времени больше нет.
Please submit your answer cards.
Для тех, кто только что к нам присоединился, напоминаю, что у нас есть ссылка на наш телеграм-канал. Да,
If you've just joined us,
сканируем, присоединяемся.
this is the link with the QR codes and the name of the Telegram channel as well.
Все прочитали, все ознакомились. Итак, термин в кибербезопасности.
So the term in cybersecurity
Описание процесса
used to describe the process for systematic data collection on systems, network infrastructure, and their configurations is naturally footprinting.
11 стратегий
11 was the number of MITRE strategists proposed to build your world-class security operations center.
418, I'm a
418 actually says, I'm a teapot.
на вершине нашей
At
пирамиды.
the very top of the pyramid, you should be able to find TTPs, tactics, techniques, and procedures.
Керберас, школа волшебства.
Kerberos
Вспоминаем,
obviously is the name of the protocol.
картиночку. Здесь расследуют,
And naturally, this one shows that they are doing their investigation.
чтобы отгадать, перевернуть, да, раз, след и уют.
Oh, it could be difficult for you, could have been difficult for you to read it because it was actually, you should have sort of turned it around and then it would be kind of an anagram of the Russian word investigation. Interestingly enough, none of the team so far has used the superpower they have to ask the audience to help them. Remember, you have it.
И он вам подскажет. Конечно,
Any member of the audience can be summoned to provide an answer. We cannot guarantee they will give you the right answer, but, they are nice people. They are expected to be able to provide, the answer to the best of their abilities.
Чистый рандом.
But you are expected to sort of ask people kind of randomly, and, the fact that you cannot see the audience certainly helps.
Запомнили про то, что
Now, round
можно
5.
получить нам помощь зала, зрители готовы вам всегда помогать.
Now, people in the audience, I'm certain, will be happy to help you.
7 вопросов. У нас
Now,
будет
round
60
7
секунд.
will consist of 7 questions, 60 seconds, and 3
Чем же
points
отличается
each.
от всех предыдущих раундов?
What's the difference between round 5 and the previous rounds?
Принцип казино. Вы можете
Well, it's a casino principle applied here, which means that you can have a bet with every answer you provide. So if you get it right, you're gonna get 6 points rather than 3, but if you indicate X2 and it turns out your answer is wrong, we are going to take the 6 points away from you. Now, if you don't do X2, no points will be detracted. However, if you are confident or risk-seeking, by all means, please use this strategy. And I do understand that every team is allowed to have its own strategy. Some people may already be feeling adventurous, and I see some people are already writing X2 on all their sheets. Which dog breed gave its name to a popular hacker tool? You have a whole minute to consider it and also decide on X2. It depends on your risk appetite.
Принцип казино может вам принести максимальное количество.
Now, using the multiple, you can significantly increase your score or
за все 4 раунда.
can screw your total points.
А собака это как раунд, надо по раунду. Раунд это больше, ну, как называется собака? Как я раунд. Ну, напиши кончик по-русски. Ты по-русски просто пиши, конечно. Что ты вот так вот? Ну, все, я больше ничего не по-русски.
Второй вопрос. На экране изображена подсказка,
Question two.
обозначающая название алгоритма.
What you see here is the name of an algorithm for block encryption that was first described in GOST 2814789. Please write the name of this algorithm down. You have a whole minute. Now, if you remember your GOSTs, that should be easy. Or alternatively, you can try solving the logical puzzle you see up there.
Какое же название было у этого алгоритма? Третий вопрос. Это крупнейшая корпорация, выпускающая
This
аэрокосмическую
huge corporation producing aerospace equipment has had a major impact on the method of cyber attack classification. What's the name of this company? It's an open question, obviously. So you can think of all the corporations out there. It's a pretty small industry, isn't it? You can debate it. You can provide your answers on Telegram. You can debate it. You can... All right, you can submit your answers on the answer card if you're a member of the team.
Корпорация выпускала аэрокосмическую и авиационную технику.
So this corporation is known for its aerospace equipment or hardware, and there is also a classification of cyber attacks associated with the same organization. So what's the name of the organization?
Идем дальше. Аналитики Гартнер Gartner
analysts in 2024
главных трендов в сфере кибербезопасности.
identified three main trends in the field of cybersecurity. Name any of them.
Вспоминаем, напрягаем память, вспоминаем, что
You
такое
have a whole minute. Some of you may benefit from thinking about this Gartner name.
Таким образом можно все сопоставить.
So if you haven't read this,
Абсолютно не ограничиваем.
and by the way, in no way are we limiting you in the answers you are providing. As long as you can think of at least one trend, you should be safe.
2024 год, то есть
So Gartner 2024.
Нет, допустим, я знаю, что здесь но это не порода, это не порода. Очень какая-то там афганская очень, борзая очень. Класс, только это может быть любая порода собак. Может быть доберман, может быть овчарка.
Итак, идем дальше. Пятый вопрос. 1 апреля
Question 5.
1990 года
On the 1st of April 1990, IETF published a technical proposal, RFC 1149, dealing with transmitting IP packets. What was the proposal? Like, how did they suggest IP packets are exchanged?
Что такое организация Internet Engineering Task Force?
Now, remembering what IETF usually does might help you also note it was 1990.
Как же нам IP
So it was a technical proposal about IP packets.
Короче, 90 год там был, АСДН был, спутник был, Ethernet. Не, это ты тип сети говоришь, а про стандарты именно, ну ты понял, да? Давай я что-то даже не помню, как поставить.
Шестой вопрос. Цвет светового меча
Question 6.
символизирует
The
принадлежность
color of the
персонажа.
lightsaber naturally
Какой команде
signifies
SOC
that,
каждый
the team
персонаж?
belongs to a particular, the person belongs to a particular SOC team. So you need to tell us which of the teams these people belong to.
Какая же команда СОКа, какие же световые мечи, вообще что такое световые
Which SOC team?
Вспоминаем.
What are the colors of lightsabers? Who the dudes in the illustration are?
Каждый из персонажей может относиться к какой-то команде СОКа.
Now, each of these characters belongs to one or another SOC team.
И последний вопрос нашего раунда.
And the last question of this round. Which of the terms in the field of cybersecurity can be associated with the hints you see in the screen? You have 1 minute to come up with the right answer. Now, this is yet another open-ended question. You gotta solve it on your own. I guess you know what 1 and 3 are about. And if you are wondering about number 2, it does look like Andrei Masalovich, a well-known Russian cybersecurity expert, very closely associated with the state, in fact, and numerously decorated. He's also known as Cyber Dead. Now, guys, if your X2 bet is successful, you get 6 points. You lose 6 points if you get something wrong. So doing multiples everywhere could be a very risky strategy, but it could be worth it if you know your stuff.
Итак, с
and you are behind the other teams. Let's quickly review the questions of this round. Which dog breed gave its name to a popular hacking tool? Shown here is a logical puzzle hint at the name of GOST 2844789 block encryption standard. The name of the corporation, Aerospace Corporation, which has impacted a classification of cyber attacks. Gartner analysts in 2024 identified three main trends in the field of cyber security. Name at least one. On the 1st of April 1990, IETF published a technical proposal, RFC 1149, on transmitting IP packets. What was their idea? How do they suggest that we exchange those packets? The color of the lightsaber here symbolizes or shows that this particular character belongs to a particular SOC team. Connect the characters to different teams. Which term in the field of cybersecurity could be associated with the visual hints you see in the screen? This puts the lid on this round. We are collecting your responses now. We will collect them even if you haven't filled them out. Now, if you forgot to show X2 multiple, too bad for you.
Остается на вашей совести. Можно было, если вспомним, да, заработать X2 по всем вопросам.
Well, you had this great opportunity
Но сейчас мы
to
посмотрим
go all out, so to speak.
правильный вариант
But now let's discuss the right answers.
Когда я ходила между командами, я
As I was going on around this stage, I was wondering, I overheard people discussing whether they should use the English or the Russian name for it. Well, we're accepting both. Bloodhound is the right name.
На английском мы оба варианта бы приняли. Итак, это, конечно...
Magma, naturally, is the right answer. So some of you must have remembered that particular ghost. And others should have been able to obviously decipher this logical puzzle. It was, in fact, pretty easy. Now you see it's gamma, two last letters dropped, then you turn it around, then you take the first two letters of the word Mars. Now, here the answer obviously is Lockheed Martin. Now, Lockheed Martin has had a great impact on this classification of cyber attacks. Now, we also asked you guys to name at least one trend out of the three proposed by Gartner in 2024. But in order for you to refresh in your memory what all the three trends were, we're showing all the three here. One is identification and access management. Second one is generative AI. And the third one is continuous threat management or threat, what is it, like exposure or threat management. Let's skip it like this. Any of the three should work. Doves, yes, or pigeons. They suggested exchanging IP packets with pigeons. That was not just 1990, that was the 1st of April of 1990, that's why.
Предложила такое предложение. Шестой вопрос.
Question 6. A, blue team, B, red, and C, purple. So you might remember the characters in that particular illustration. They were all Jedi, so they had their lightsaber. So Obi-Wan Kenobi came first, naturally had a blue saber. That was Darth Maul, and naturally he had red saber. And finally we had Masindu, and he obviously belonged to the purple team. Now this should have put you in mind of Arsent, and we thought it was very, very obvious.
Если посмотрим внимательно на картинку, то, соответственно, это осы, это Андрей Масалович.
So you can see Andrei Masalovich in the center. You can see. Okay, I'm sorry. The logical puzzle worked much better in Russian than it did in English because the hornet you see sounds like osa in Russian. Also sounds like awesome.
Телеграм-канал можем сейчас показать.
I understand you expect the results, and I'm thinking of not showing the results to you. You know, this particular stream should end at 6:30.
Или вам тоже нужно время?
Will you be able to survive until then without knowing the results?
О,
We can just, disclose the results in the Telegram channel.
И вам нужно ли время?
нет, мы готовы.
Do you need time?
Вы
No?
жаждете замеса. Ну,
I
смотрите,
see. You are
никто из
dying
вас
for battle.
не попросил помощи зрителей.
Interestingly enough, none of the teams has asked for the support of the audience. You could have used this opportunity and maybe you would have improved your score. You could have used the multiplication option.
Баллов подкопить.
And, that's why you would have improved your score. And while we are still counting the results,
5 самых активных зрителей мы тоже.
I should remind everybody that the 5 most active members of the audience will also be rewarded.
Искусственный интеллект, который тоже все просчитывает.
We've got our own artificial and not so artificial intelligence at work here.
Каждый к экрану, параллельно
And now
смотрит на наши
you
команды.
may want to look at your team members or turn around and look at the screen because we are showing the final results right now.
Несокрушимые.
Now, Inconquerables,
46 баллов.
46 points.
Киберпобеда.
Cyber Disaster, 52 points.
Void.
Void, 56 points.
баллов.
And Society at 71 points.
Итак, немного расскажем про авторское право. Если вы видели картинки,
Guys,
не хотели ничего нарушать, все по законодательству Российской Федерации, да.
I just need to tell you that, all the stuff we've been using here is compliant with legislation of the Russian Federation. We've provided all proper trademark mentions there.
Конечно, еще не все. Еще не все.
Absolutely. It's not the end of the show.
Команды заняли первое место и второе
Now, if
место. Под вторым
your
местом,
team
естественно, мы подразумеваем
is in the
все
first
остальные
place
команды, да.
or in the second place, and we assume that all the other teams are in the second place. 3 teams in the second place and only 1 in the
Сначала
first.
мы вспомним,
That's only fair, I
кто
think.
вы такие, из каких компаний, и попросим
So
представить
first, we ask you to,
победителей.
we will ask the Society team to introduce themselves again.
Работает, не работает, все еще не работает.
А может,
Интересно, вот
другой
этот микрофон
возьмете?
работает. И вот этот микрофон тоже не работает. И я бы с радостью представил...
Sounds like this mic doesn't work.
Могли бы применить свои способности, чтобы
You could have used your capabilities. I don't think it works.
Микрофон заработал, благодарю команду поддержки, вы суперские, классно.
Thank you so much, the support
Вы
team.
делаете классную работу.
Like,
спасибо,
people
ребята.
don't see you, but you're doing great work. Thank you so much.
Их никто
Let's give
никогда
them
не
a hand,
видит, их
shall we?
работу никогда не
These are the
видит,
invisible
но
people,
они делают всё для того,
we
чтобы
always
слышать.
depend on what they do, but, you never know who they are.
Да,
So,
всем
we're members of the Society team.
на русском, так как нас обычно читают. Напомню, толстый заказчик
So,
Герман.
Society is the way Russians who don't know English usually read the English word security.
И Никита Панов, кадр.
Now, I'm Ivan Chichkov, and this is Nikita Kruglov from K2. Thank you.
Спасибо большое. Не просто так я чуть-чуть спустилась. У нас же никто не уходит никогда с пустыми
I've gone
руками.
off the stage for a
Поэтому
reason.
сейчас у вас будет диплом.
We never
И
let people go
известные
empty-handed
от нашего
off this stage. So you guys are gonna get these diplomas and little souvenirs, all of you. Here you go.
Итак, это вам, это вам, это вам и это вам. Естественно, диплом у нас будет общий
Naturally,
на команду, потому что у нас
the whole team should get a
командный
diploma
зачет.
because, it has been a team effort, hasn't it?
Диплом. Диплом. Диплом, к сожалению, подписывается, но у нас есть еще 3 команды, которых мы не можем оставить
Да.
до
while they are preparing your diploma, I should give some awards and diplomas to the other three teams. So team 2, please introduce yourselves again. Remind us all who you guys are.
Раз, да. Соответственно, ну, так как сказали, у всех дальше второе место. Хотелось бы поблагодарить.
Now you said that we have all taken the second spot, so I want to thank the organizers for the opportunity to participate in such a large-scale event. I also want to congratulate the winners. You know, you're well ahead of everybody else. I suggest you go to Real Casino tonight because you seem to be on roll. Now, as regards my team, you know, we are part of Goznak, which is like a Russian mint. And we are at an early stage of building our own SOC, and we're happy to be here. Thank you so much. Thank you. These are little gifts.
За активное участие. Во-первых, за то, что вы проснулись в 10 утра, пришли, ответили.
I'm so happy that you woke up early and came here and provided so many good answers.
Поэтому нужно небольшое время. Сейчас я попрошу третью команду тоже представиться.
I will ask Team 3 now to introduce themselves.
Небольшие призы, пока дипломы подписываются.
And they will also get their prizes.
Напомним о себе. Команда «Несокрушимые».
So the name is Inconquerables.
Классное было мероприятие.
This has been a great event.
Крутой квиз. Правда, были
I found the quiz to be great. I enjoyed the questions.
Да и все, собственно. Спасибо.
And I think this is it.
Спасибо, Андрей, да. Конкурс интересный, тамада веселый, да, все это знаем.
All right, interesting quiz, and I hope you like the MC as well.
Подготовили небольшие презенты, да, поздравляем вас с серебряным местом, вторым местом.
Right, you have your second place. We are not going to give you medals, after all, we are not International Olympics Committee, but I hope you feel good about your second place. And finally, please tell us who is on your team. See, I got so stressed, I even lost an earring. So tell us about yourselves, guys. I don't really know what to tell you. The name of the team is Void. I think we did a pretty good job here. And on behalf of the whole team, I want to congratulate the winners and thank all the other participants. I found it interesting. Thanks to the organizers. That's it. Thank you.
Спасибо большое, ребята.
Thank you so much, guys.
Поздравляем вас точно так же с
Congratulations to you all.
с вашим серебром. Вы большие молодцы. Поэтому для вас также подготовили небольшие презенты. Наконец-то наши дипломы готовы.
And finally, your diplomas have been signed.
Победителей.
And I'm going to bring them onto the stage right now.
Кто-нибудь в зале помнит, как называются наши победители?
Anybody here remembers the name of the winning team?
Написано это
It's impossible to do that.
другое. Команда Сусурити.
It's up on the screen. So, Susurity, congratulations.
Итак, киберпобеда. Поздравляем вас со вторым местом, с настоящим серебром на нашем квизе.
So, Cyber Disaster, my congratulations.
Несокрушимые.
The Inconquerable.
Напоминаю, что
Congratulations.
команда у нас одна, да? Поэтому диплом только на команду. Не для каждого участника. А капитан уже решит, оставит он себе диплом, просто фоточки остальным достали по кусочкам каждому.
So, as the team captain, you can decide whether to keep the diploma to yourself or whatever. Oh, right. All this time, we have been running this quiz in our Telegram channel. And I'm so happy to tell you who the most active participants were. These were the people who sent most messages and, importantly, provided the most right answers or correct answers. Olga, are you here with us? Are you physically present in the room?
Мы сейчас нашего модератора попросим тегнуть вас в телеграм-канале. Ну, если это вы или другую Ольгу, если она там. Артем Николаев, вы в зале? Отлично, можно вас попросить выйти к нам?
Artem Nikolaev? Oh, see here, Sergey K.
Александра Гореева.
Alexandra Gareva.
И очень загадочный ник под амперсантом. Что же там скрывается?
And somebody hiding
Артём,
behind
тегни, пожалуйста.
the end sign.
А сейчас я спрошу нашей команды, у кого лучше всех работали микрофоны. Можно я у вас возьму? И у вас возьму.
I will collect your mics.
Представляемся. Кто такие?
So
Зачем?
who are you guys? Why are you
Ну,
here?
первый вопрос нужно будет ответить, как называется наш трек.
Okay, what's the name of this track?
Трек называется «Сок будущего».
This SOC of the future.
Все верно, все верно.
Absolutely.
Всем привет, меня зовут Артем. Я из
Hi, I'm
компании
Artem.
«Газофор Сервис». И,
I work for Gas Inform Service.
И вы большой молодец.
наверное, да.
Да,
And you've done a great job. Congratulations.
Артём. Итак, следующий. Представляемся.
Всем привет, меня зовут Сергей, я из команды Positive Juice.
Hi, I'm Sergey. I work for Positive Technologies.
Все совпадения случайные, обращаю
I'm
внимание.
sorry.
Ответы мы никому не
This was
раздавали.
not orchestrated, obviously. You can rest assured we have not supplied the radar.
Я тот самый
I'm Daniel.
символ.
I am, the person hiding behind the end symbol.
Шифруйтесь, да?
Да,
Мало
да,
ли.
именно.
Okay, so we've just blown your camouflage, right?
Ходите к вам, пожалуйста, выступите.
Пропуск обратно.
Yeah, because
Вообще,
you
мы
see,
за-
that's why I'm even wearing my badge the other way around, so nobody can see my name.
Ольга, все-таки это вы, да?
Oh, Olga, that's you. Good.
Ну, по имени уже представили.
Well, you've already introduced me as Olga. Can you tell us about your company? I work for Pромsvязьбанк. Oh, a pleasure.
Спасибо вам огромное.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for being so active,
Вовлечены в
for being so
индивидуальный
engaged.
Поэтому, Александра, а мы вас потеряли.
Alexandra,
Александра Гореева у нас еще
have we
была.
lost you? We also had Alexandra Gareva on the list of the winners.
Ну что ж, тогда пока попрошу коллег
Oh well,
поделиться дипломом.
what can I do?
Если
Please
пока у
keep
вас
her diploma, will you?
то получит, если нет, то не получит. Так, Артем, это вам. Поздравляем вас от всей души. Вы большой молодец. Вы просто
Artem,
сокрушили весь зал.
congratulations.
Один из пятерки и здесь.
Such a great job.
Скажу я вам.
So many people have been here. So many people have participated in it. Sergey,
Поздравляем. Вы
congratulations.
больше молодец.
A
Во-первых,
great job as well.
проснулись.
Well, you came here.
активничали.
You
Что может быть
woke up. You were so active.
Ольга,
Great job,
вам
Olga.
спасибо огромное. Вы наконец-то
So grateful to
разбавили,
you.
да, нашу небольшую...
Finally, you brought, elegance onto this male-dominated stage.
Пришли
And thank you so much for, waking up early and having a zappy mind, so to speak. And the person whose name apparently we'll never ever learn.
Запомним, но в записях нигде не будет зафиксировано. И, конечно же, для вас тоже мы подготовили небольшие презенты,
Naturally, we have
которые мы
prepared
сейчас
those little
вам
presents for you.
подарим. Напоминаю, что к нам не подошла Александра.
Let me stress that Alexandra Gareva has not shown up
Окончание
yet,
того, как я несу пакеты.
but if she finds us,
Спасибо еще.
probably today we'll be happy to give her prize. Thank you so much for your participation.
Мы узнали, где же у нас сейчас Александра. Она у нас
We've just learned that Alexandra is online, so she apparently is not gonna be able to collect her prize right now, but we'll get in touch with her and tell her what to do about it. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your participation, for your engagement,
Узнали
and maybe you've even learned something new.
новое, интересное. Диплом, естественно, для Александры. Вот пока у меня, я потом расскажу. И
Alexandra's diploma is here.
Поэтому
So,
еще раз
Alexandra, I'll be happy to tell you how to collect it.
командам поаплодируем.
Let's give another hand to all the teams, as well as the great audience. Thank you so much for supporting.
Пока.